Well, it all comes down to this, the grand final of Valorant here at the Mid-America Gamers Expo. My name is Grant CFO, and for the last time, joining me will be Hot Sauce to cover the action. And man, I don't want it to end quite yet. It's been quite a long day. We saw a really close series in the end. It was super exciting, but this one might be a little different.
Yeah, well, we've seen these two teams go up against each other already. And I think it was 13-6 was the final. So, Yeet struggling a little bit early on. We'll see if they can maybe make a difference early on, and that could change the pace of the game. But the University of Nebraska is just looking very, very deadly. But before we get into that next game,
Yes.
I did want to take a moment to, we just want to thank our technology partner, Great Plain Communications. They've provided all the fiber optic construction and 10 gigabytes per second internet connection to enable the fiber-driven gaming for all these, all the MAGE attendees here in attendance. I just said that twice, so that's pretty clutch. But really excited to. Do we know the map pick yet?
I don't think we know the map.
Well,
right then. Look at that. That's timing on a
Asking you,
cue
shower
right there.
sage.
Amen to that. Breeze is going to be our map if it wasn't obvious enough. Big, bold letters. And look at that. They are already into selecting their ages. That was the quickest select we've seen all night. They were just like, we are going in. We know how Breeze is played, son.
Yeah, Josh was flirting with Brim there, but I think I heard someone disgruntled in the crowd, and they opted to go with something else. But Viper is phenomenal on Breeze. She's almost a must pick. She's just so good at holding down these sites and allowing entry as well. So Viper, you almost see 100% pick rate on Breeze. There's no surprise there. So I didn't quite catch all the other picks though from the other team. Did you happen to see them?
I didn't really catch much, and I mean, even if I did, it's all out of my brain at this moment. I've got the memory of a goldfish, but at least here we can see what the character picks are. You got a Reyna, you got a Sky. That's the first time we're seeing that one come out. You got Viper, as we mentioned, Sova, Reyna as well, or not Reyna. What am I saying? Goodness gracious, Sage. And then I'll let you cover the rest of it.
Yeah, well, we do see Psycho back on Reyna. We saw him do really well. Struggled a little bit with Phoenix, so back on Reyna there. Of course, J13, just an insane man with Sova. So, of course, we see him back on Sova. Josh with Viper. Christian, we saw him with the op, working well with Jet there as well. So, again, Ransom on Reyna, Jason on Cypher. But here we are, round one of the grand finale underway, and Sage with a quick wall. But again, able to break that one out quickly. Here's the Owl drone coming in from Sova as well. Cypher, meanwhile, on that deep lurk over there outside of Elbow. Ransom now pressing in fearlessly as they are tucked to the back of the site here, pressuring, trying to get pushed in here off this. Triggy, though, did not see Jason on that flank with Elbow, able to pick up that kill, and now we might see this rotation coming in around the B.
We could potentially see that, but I do like this initial push through the caves as Lux picking one out onto Jason. Ransom making their way around. Just barely avoided the vision of their enemy. They know somebody's around here. Someone at some point is going to run in to somebody on pyramids. Josh in the background getting a pick on J-Dog. There we go. They finally spot each other, and it is back to that pistol duel again. This round so crucial for your econ. It's a must-win. Psycho taken out from the side. Another from Ransom. Josh getting taken down. We're 2v1. Spike down as well. So this is going to be finished out with a deathmatch more than likely. It'd be so great if Ransom had their hands on the spike. It would have been an easy plant. It's just not how it goes down. Defenders. This is Yeet picking up there first.
Yeah, and Ransom actually had a nice little lurk around the pyramids there, was able to get behind. I believe it was Sage, but unfortunately missed several shots from behind. I could hear the disappointment in the crowd, and unfortunately that one slipped away from him. Yeet able to take round one here. Again, they lost the first 10 rounds. In that previous match, so already off to a much better start.
Yes, certainly. I mean, you don't want to give that pistol round to University of Nebraska because we saw how it ended in the winners final earlier on, and now back in the grand final, we get to see it play out a different way, and it was something that I meant to bring up at the end of the last series as well as this new map change. This is going to be huge because, I mean, everybody plays different on different maps. You have different agents you got to select, and the chemistry becomes different, and how everything works together as well becomes the same. Psycho taken down by Jason after they pick off there first. That's another one from Ransom West taken down instantly as well. Christian, maybe Christian's fate is up next. It was a phenomenal snipe with the Marshall. And Nightster going down 3v1. Yeet don't want to lose this one. They don't want to give any power to University of Nebraska, but that just might be how it goes. Planting the spike is going to be that Cypher from Jason. or University of Nebraska, that is all over just like that. We are tied, and this doesn't happen too often.
Christian is so deadly with that Marshall. 2 insane headshots. And we take a moment to reflect on Jason's crosshair. I think he switched it up from the previous game, and it looks like a smiley face.
Did he really? I need to see that one. You said it was Jason?
I believe so, yeah.
Well, all right then. We'll go see Jason in a minute whenever that comes on up, but I got to see that. I didn't even know that was possible. We're making art with crosshairs now instead of focusing on the game. I mean, I like it. I'm all for it. I love it. I love that we're having fun here, and the fact that they are also able to tie it up after losing the pistol round. I don't remember the last time I've seen that happen. I mean, it seems like something to be rare to me, but maybe I just don't consume enough Valorant. Who knows?
Yeah, and it's nice, too, they were able to pick up the weapons, so now essentially not having to buy themselves for most members, just kind of playing on a bonus buy, if you will. And now that pressure on the A site, there's the smiley face crosshair. And he is just being patient in between pyramids here. Now the pressure from wood doors coming in. Ransom able to find the first one here. Jason, J13 with a double with the Spectre from a distance. And Ransom able to clean up that final kill. Not a single member falling for UNL.
University of Nebraska wanting to prove one thing. That first round was a fluke. Maybe they haven't proved it entirely yet, but I think they are getting to a convincing argument as we progress throughout, taking back those lost rounds and bringing it into a position where they are going to be much more favored moving forward. The econ already straightening itself out. They're also able to pick off a couple of the weapons, steal from Yeet a little bit and, not have to use anything. And that's where you get that extra pocket cash that we are always looking forward to as they move into their fourth round. The Sage Wall always going up to block off a site, and those pyramids, Jason getting stunned, has to back off as they would. Triggy goes in for the blind, unsuccessful with it. That proves that nobody's there, so safe position to push. Now we turn our heads to Christian. They are deadly with the Marshall, but they also want to save up for that op. Lux cheese from long distance. Everybody getting a piece for Yeet. That's everyone now accounted for. Psycho finding the final one. It just doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, Josh able to get one of those kills in there, but really a phenomenal round from Yeet. Now 2-2, and I was a little worried about what this game would look like after we saw that first one, but really so far a very close game. Yeet performing much better here in this game too. The one thing I do like about this UNL team though is again, I've only watched them for today. I only know a little bit, but in the games that I've seen, every single one of these members has the potential to pop off.
Yes, that is 100% accurate. It is just no matter what, somebody can get on. Ransom, typically they're the ones cleaning up the mess. You talk about Jason and what they've been able to accomplish. They might be able to do it right here. I may not even have to say words, although Viper's Pit can go out as well for the Viper ult. That's not going to allow them to push in very far, although they find their way around the backside of the pyramids to go down. That's unfortunate for University of Nebraska. Lux waiting for somebody to push in, but it's a very dangerous situation to go for. UNL might be reconsidering their plans to go A.
Yeah, I mean, most of the times when you see a Viper ult like that, you do see a rotation. I think they tried to push in, tried to possibly find a pick, and a lot of times if Viper's there in her ult, the other team's going to be playing B, so if they can get that pick, they have an easy site plan, but unable to do so. Now on the rotation around, Yeet has already kind of sniffed this out. We can see Triggy and Sage back there in position as Jason, though, steps in, doesn't care, pops ahead of Nightster, one waiting at half wall. Just being patient here. Spike is going to go down. That's Triggy at the half wall. And now back to Arches as Psycho. Spray's coming out from J13, and he is going to find Psycho here. Now Triggy back over to half wall, trying to push in through tunnel is his teammates as well. But Joshy finds one. Can he get another? J13 with these shock darts has been nasty.
It has been certainly. J13 finding one. That's a lot of health taken away from J-Dog as they push into a retreat. Josh putting down the Venom. There goes a pick onto Lux, and right back the other way. Attackers able to close it out in the end, though. Just barely needing to leave, but I don't think they got to go far because that spike's not going off anytime soon.
Yeah, Josh is trying to jump over and get a little intel, but Sova able to pop the head there through that wall, giving the intel to J13, though, who stepped out, got the trade, clutched the round, and they find themselves back on top here, 3-2. But again, maybe not as comfortable on Breeze. Maybe this is a map that Yeet's a little more comfortable on because they are definitely performing better.
They certainly are, and you can tell that Yeet has indeed done their homework. They've done the research that they need to do for University of Nebraska. They know what it takes, and the Psycho being able to find their mark onto that drone. Would love to have gotten it. Christian pushing in aggressively, takes down that Reyna. Is waiting around that corner. It's one down for A, just one more to beat, and they find the pick. They don't know that A is going to be pretty open for them, or at least I don't think at the moment they will. They've got to find it out at some point. Yeet, just 2 members remaining to stop this plant. Doesn't look like they're going to do so. Absolutely not. That's a 3K for Jason.
Jason in that crosshair, absolutely. He had a phenomenal flank through wood doors there, though. Just a couple easy kills pushing into sight. They had no idea he was making that move, and now he finds himself on top of the leaderboard here at 7-3.
Well, I mean, I was talking about Yeet doing their homework, but this, I think, is the biggest cap that we've seen, is that 2-goal, I'm still in Rocket League brain over here, 2-game lead, or 2-round lead for University of Nebraska. That's going to be something that we definitely focus our attention to, because once they break that deadlock period of not being able to go past 2 rounds, they're going to start to run away with it, just like they did in the winners final. We are still a ways out from that, though.
Yeah, you know, we saw Triggy popping off a lot last game as well. He's yet to get a kill this game, and there's Christian doing what he does best, popping the heads. And now that rotation possibly coming in. We can see Viper already running around through spawn. Triggy, though, able to find a nice kill. 2 more, making the pressure, making the noise over here at A, kind of keeping Yeet drawn to this A site as Viper now pushing through mid. Possibly going to rotate. Could get the pick on Psycho here, though.
They could. Indeed they did. Christian just needed 1 single bullet. Now knows that Sova's waiting over there. Would like to get a kill on them if they can. J-Dog scouts out the information. Doesn't want to make their presence known with that drone. Triggy through the door as it opened. Knows where Christian is because they have found each other. J-Dog pushing around as well. That's a 3v1 you're never going to come out of.
Yeah, Christian has the skills, but just a great job by Yeet to push together on that site there. They have the 3v1. So, you know, it's okay to push together. Even if you lose a man, trade him out, win the round. Now 3-4, down by 1. And Psycho, again, like I said, just phenomenal on Reyna.
It has been super phenomenal. And I mean, we can also talk a little bit about University of Nebraska. We talked about Jason. We gave some praise to Christian and how well they've been doing on the sniper. But Jason, with that 3K, that is the highest kill streak that we have seen in this game so far. So now the players' eyes, or our eyes, are turned to the player of Jason and what they are able to accomplish. This is Christian with that sniper. Saw the head peek out there from the other side of the pyramid. Viper wall goes up. Wish that would have gone sooner because it might have made them a little bit more hesitant to push. They're going to do it anyway, though. Psycho going in for some kills. Gets 1. Actually makes it out alive somehow. Spike going down real quick. The Viper ult as well, providing some coverage as every piece of Venom has gone out. As Psycho, again, another kill on to Christian. Just needs a little more. 3v3, although things not looking too good now. UNL suffering 1-3 and can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and there's Psycho with a 4K on the round. You talked about that 3K being the biggest one. I think Psycho might have heard you as he steps in to find 4. And now we are all tied up yet again.
Oh, certainly, and I love the use of all of that poison from Viper, making sure to defend it as much as they can, using every ability to their advantage. Really stocked up, and they've still got all of it carrying over into this round. A quick buy, and it's all tied. I can't believe we've come this far. I mean, you see how far Nebraska could pull away with a lead, and Yeet match it right back. It's that studying that they've done. They know the strategies now that are employed, and maybe, I mean, I wouldn't even say maybe, but Breeze has certainly been benefiting them a ton against University of Nebraska, whereas the last map they played wasn't quite the same story.
Yeah, all tied up at 4 here as we look to press toward the B site this time. UNL trying to mix it up a little bit. They're on the jiggle with the operator, and he finds Christian, who's been so well in sniping as well. Takes a step as he tries to shoot. That shot's going to go wide. Now the wall comes up as well, but Josh is already pressed onto site, able to find 1. Blocks with a spray through that wall there. Can't find any damage yet. J13 finds Triggy trying to flank around as well, and a beautiful lurk, and here comes the ult from J-Dog, who finds 1. Unable to get a second one as Ransom steps to the side and finds that trade now, and a 3v2 as they look to retake. Gonna be down to Lux and Reyna here. Lux spraying through. He knows where one is. He's seen Cypher. The flash coming in, or the blind rather, from Reyna as well as she begins to push towards site in that Empress form. And Ransom able to find one of his own here. Now he's able to hold this angle. Plenty of people to help out, but Psycho stepping around the corner fearlessly. Finds the head of Ransom and now pushing to site. He's going to tap the bomb here, try to draw out some intel.
Dang.
And there's Jason to clean it up. 5-4, UNL back on top.
That defuse ended up going the wrong way. It went against them. I mean, it worked so well, but you just don't think that Cypher would be waiting around in that particular angle. But it's just the way that it happens sometimes. But this is a moment where we can just recognize that I feel like I can sit up here and watch this as a fan with how close this is. This is really some high-quality Valorant that deserves to be in the grand final, and it's kind of my point of the whole concept of a tournament, that as you go on, those lower skilled teams, they kind of weed themselves out, and then we get the best of the best and the closest of matches, and it just makes for a good watch all around. Now we talk about the University of Nebraska. They've only made it to a 2-round lead, and they would love to go 3, but they got to get this one first.
Yeah, here's Christian in the ult too with the pressure, and he flashes around the corner, but he can't find the kill. Lux with a beautiful job there. Ransom finally able to get that trade out. J-Dog tucked away over here by Arches, trying to find some intel. The Cypher Cam shot down as well. A trap going up, and that's going to get shot down as well. As Tricky spotted that with ease. J13, though, on this flank, this lurk around through tunnels, and this could be huge. He's going to find one here, taps ahead of Sky. Triggy's going to fall. Ransom finds one as well before Psycho gets the trade. J-Dog is going down, and now from behind, J13. Psycho in a tough position, and it's Jason who wraps up the final kill.
Well, all right, then. We've got that 2-round lead back in University of Nebraska's favor. Now it's just a question of, can they get that third? Because so far they have not been able to pull away further than 2 rounds. Economy looking stellar, although maybe the exception of Josh down there with 500. Somebody might have to help them out, and most likely would be J13 at that moment. And we see it a lot tougher on the side of Yeet. You know, 3 pistols, potentially 2 that come out, and only 2 marshals, so they are going to be saving up this economy round, and this could be one that they lose, but we have seen clutches like this done before. But against a team like Nebraska, I don't know.
Yeah, ideally you just start, trying to find that first pick, try to get a kill, collect another weapon, and there it is from Psycho. Jason does get that trade. Of course, Psycho with that kill, a little too far away to upgrade that weapon. Josh now up through 2, going to be taken out by J-Dog, and that Sheriff as well. Jason able to push in and get Psycho. Let's see if they can pick up one of these weapons here. Knights are now rotating through this wood door on the site. Of course, the Sova drone gonna spot out Ransom as well. Lux able to find one on J13, and Ransom with the kill. Nightster lurking up, but it's Jason who spots him. And now the 4K from Jason.
Well, we asked for it, and now we received. That has been the theme of tonight. I believe that's written in the Bible somewhere. I don't know. But, ask and you shall receive. We've got 3 rounds. Finally, 3rd time's the charm. The 3rd time that they get that 2-round lead. They finally pull away into this 3-round economy, of course. Still looking good, as you would expect it to do. After winning a round, looks a little tighter, but I think a full buy is able to come out here for Yeet, and it does seem to be the way that they have gone, pushing into this 12th round.
Yeah, Jason 14-5, doing a phenomenal job as Cypher there. We saw it was J13, I think, last game, really putting on the performance, but Lux with an early, quick ult here, trying to force maybe UNL somewhere else, but we'll see if they will remain patient here, trying to get a pick. A little bit of a rotation coming on from Yeet as they start to push toward this mid here as well, hanging outside of Nest. And now the pressure, though, coming in from UNL, and they're finally making their way in. Josh with a double kill, 2 headshots at that, and Christian with a dirty shot at mid there.
These plays from Christian, we've seen it before. Get in, get your kill, get out of there. That's how they like to use Jet, and the way that is really meant to be played at that. And Yeet find themselves in a 3v3. Nightster, somebody's around here. Doesn't know that nobody is there, in fact, and you are going to have to reevaluate your options. There's Ransom shown in there with Josh. J-Dog going deep into Viper's pit here. It's very clever. Finds the spike and where it's down, but it's about to get dicey. Nightstar gets taken down by Ransom West. 1 left for Yeet, and can't find anything for it. It's a 4-round lead now for University of Nebraska.
Yeah, two beautiful headshots there from Ransom to end that round. Now 4-8, and this is the UNL team that we're a little more used to. 4 rounds in a row. They're starting to get more comfortable. You know, again, they had a time away from stage here, so maybe not quite warmed up yet, but now they appear to be firing on all cylinders. 8-4, and again, another crucial pistol round ahead of us.
Oh boy, the round swap happening, or rather the side swap. Again, pistol round, the most important thing. I mean, we've seen that University of Nebraska and Yeet, both of these teams have been able to come back losing a pistol round before. We've seen it in another series, and I can't exactly remember who won the first pistol round in this case, but there's no doubt in my mind that we could see it just go either way. A clutch second round after losing a pistol round, I don't know that that's as important. Obviously, it's important for the comfortability factor, but we'll have to wait to see who goes. We have already got our first firefight happening on a site. Knights are going up the sage wall. Multiple vision blocks. That's a flash onto Jason. Plant spike officially down, and they know where people are now. Jason gets one, looking for a second, but not the best coverage. There's J13 picking up theirs. Lux gets one on Ransom. Psycho waiting for their perfect moment to push on this as they watch their teammates drop dead, now themselves. And it is a 4v1 for Yeet. They are not going to be able to pick it up. That is an easy defuse.
Yeah, and Jason did a phenomenal job there. He was sitting on the other side of that Viper wall, and he was just remaining patient. As soon as that Sova dart came through the wall, he went ahead and then pushed through the wall, catching their team on retreat, able to find Sky in the back, and really set up that round.
It was certainly well executed from University of Nebraska, and like you were talking about, this is kind of the University of Nebraska team that we were much more expecting, and they've got Econ in their favor. They've got the second round bye. They've got the Spectres. They're loading up. They're getting ready to go, but this is where we start to see them pull away. And I know I talked a little bit about the Crusaders supposed to be able to pull away at the end there. It was a tough end of their story, but this is University of Nebraska. We were talking about the winners finalist, the one that came from the upper bracket, the one that has made it here all the way without dropping a single game. They are going to be a high caliber to defend. They got to drop back just a little bit. Or maybe they might continue this push through, which they will. 4v4. Recon Tart missing. It's J13 looking for anything they can get their hands on.
Yeah, just kind of flirting around mid, but J13 up top from that boost, able to find one. It's Neister who gets the trade with a frenzy. Josh looking around, he knows he's there, and a nice little tap from that Spectre to finish off. Not many rounds left for Josh there in that chamber, but still able to clutch the kill, and he switches to the classic to find the triple.
Not many rounds in the chamber. Well, when you switch to another gun, you got a full clip. So well done to Josh there, getting what they came there for. And they will find themselves in second place on the leaderboard. And we are looking about the same of what we were looking at before. But University of Nebraska, just 3 rounds out. We could see almost an identical scoreline if Yeet are able to just pick up 2 more rounds. We're going to see University of Nebraska, if they go all the way, that's just going to be a repeat of the winners final. And what a case that would be. But in the beginning, Yeet really seemed like they had something going for them.
Yeah, they were definitely doing very well on that attacking side, able to grab 4 rounds. Still early in the second half, but if they are unable to string together a couple round wins here soon, it's just all going to be over. But that pressure toward the A site, Triggy able to grab the orb, a little noise intel going out for them. Jason has been phenomenal over here on the other side. The spray through, doing a lot of damage, but unable to get the kill as well. Triggy now pressing on the site, able to find one onto Ransom. And that's J13 with a trade. J-Dog with a trade back. A little kill for everyone. And now 3v3 remaining. Not much help for Viper as Christian on that flank finds a kill. They don't know he's there, and he gets another from behind Pyramid. I'm not sure if the comms were slightly lacking. He got that first kill on the flank. Nobody seemed to turn around there and pay attention to that flank from Cave. Just a phenomenal job by Christian.
I mean, certainly, that is just the player we have come to know Christian as. Solid as a duelist, solid as Jet with a sniper. Whatever gun you put in their hands, they are going to make work of it. And it's just a strong asset that University of Nebraska bring to the table in a player like Christian. That's what you look for all day. Josh really has something to say about this cupcake spray, though, I would say.
Who doesn't like cupcakes?
I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, I could go for a cupcake myself up here. We're looking at round number 16. Again, this one could be closed out any second.
Yeah, Jason has just done a phenomenal job as Cypher here. 16 and 7. Of course, J13, we're used to him popping off 13 and 7. But every member over here for UNL in that double-digit kill area. We can see some pressure towards B site, the wall. Now the Sky as well, using utility, trying to get onto site quickly here. But Josh doing a great job holding it down as Viper. And as I say that, Triggy able to find the kill. Jason with that operator collects one of his own. Ransom there now has the intel, finds the spray, gets the kill partially through that wall before J-Dog able to trade one out. Ransom with another kill from half wall, and J-Dog again with a trade. And now Christian has been flanking every round here. They have barely had an answer, but J-Dog finally able to get him, and they clutch the round with a 4K from J-Dog.
I mean, you just blink and you miss it, as this Valorant game has proven itself to be. That's just kind of the case we've come to know in this Sunday morning. It doesn't even feel like it's the morning. I mean, it's the afternoon, it's the evening. I've lost all track of time. We're in a dark room. Don't blame me. I mean, we got lights, but still doesn't do the daylight thing for me. Anyway, UNL dropping that round. Not how I expected it to go. Again, I really think they can close it out soon. But what I did say first was that Yeet is going to get to 6 rounds to their name first. It's going to be a duplicate scoreline of the winner's final, if I'm one to guess.
Yeah, UNL not even really worried about saving here, kind of just coming out with a scrap by their own. Some marshals in hand, having some fun with it here as Triggy and crew begin to press that side. But Jason with a first pick on the marshal. Knights are able to get that res, though, and bring him back as Lux finds the kill onto Jason. And now from a 5v4, one way to the other, as Christian and J-Dog both find a kill. The pressure on the site. Can they get another? It's Psycho, J-Dog, Knightster, all finding kills here before Ransom finally able to get a kill and dismiss away. Now again pressing 2 toward Pyramid here, 1 falling back toward that cave side. Knightster able to get the plant down. He has an idea that there's 2 here now. He saw the planter. He saw Triggy as well fire a shot. Can he find one? He does, and now able to dismiss again. Trying to find some more intel. He has to have an idea that there's one there. And now the planter, all that remains. Ransom on a 3K and the hunt for Sage here.
It is running circles, though. Goes for the defuse, and is actually holding it. Got it to half. Might go the full way. They've got to get on this, and it just works like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, pros don't fake, and he's able to get it. You'll notice he looked down as well to try and deter from that headshot. Sage trying to possibly count to 7. It takes 7 seconds to defuse that, but maybe just a hair slow as you saw there. And what a defusal, what a stick here from UNL.
Well, I mean, you got to be a drummer to have timing like that to count perfectly 7 seconds. That's got to be the only explanation there. I mean, you had to go in for that. You just knew that they were diffusing the full way at that point. You know what when halfway is. You don't even have to get to 7 seconds unless you were counting incredibly slow. Like, you could have gone at 3 seconds, be like, oh, okay, he got the halfway, push your way through. But that's just not how it's going to happen. UNL on match point, but like I said, Elliot's going to get this round first. It has to be that duplicate scoreline, and I'm really holding out for it, Hot Sauce.
Yeah, but they're pushing into a tough situation here. Joshy in that Viper ult, of course, the judge in hand as well. And a little bit of intel coming out from the Sobal. Does some damage to Reyna as well. Now the spray from J13. He's going to get picked off while he's reloading. Ransom able to find the kill. And Joshy with the judge. He's out here judging everyone. The double kill. Ransom with a 3K. And ladies and gentlemen, your grand champions, UNL.
That certainly came out of nowhere, but the shots hit their mark, and just like that, 1 round shy of my prediction of a 13-6. I really thought I had it there, but hey, you can't be perfect, as we have learned here. Yeet, even though they did go down early, they ended up winning that first pistol round, which really gave a lot of favor to their econ in the beginning stages. But as we know, University of Nebraska are a stellar team. If they haven't shown it to you already, I mean, come on, you got to have seen it there.